What's going on, everyone? It's Nick Daniels here, still coming at you live with the shades because my eye looks jacked. Same day, by the way, as the last couple of videos. So today we're gonna be talking about the 100. Yeah, so I did like a season 1 review. We're gonna jump that. We're gonna do season 2 to season 6 because I binged the fuck out of it in 1 week. Thank you. Yeah, no life, neck bearded. So anyway, so yeah, I want to talk about that. So obviously there's gonna be some spoilers. We're gonna spoil the shit out of everything. So yeah, it's pretty good. 30-second mark, you've been warned. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so season 2, man, I really liked season 2 because it was still like unknown. That's the best word I can come up with it. Like, you're still learning characters and you know what I mean, and you're still getting like get to know what the fuck's going on. And it's like they're trying to learn, like, okay, like, hey, can we live with these people? What's gonna happen? The Ark, big shit going down. It's like, oh my god, they're on the ground. I think that's season 2, isn't it? I don't know. We'll spoil everything. And I really like that dynamic that it was like, okay, now the Ark's on the ground. However, it's like it's still not gonna go 100%. It's like the kids that have been sent to the ground, the teenagers that are there, obviously being the 100 people originally sent, which was turned to fucking less than 100 in like 2 seconds, have already survived a while on this earth, and they understand it better than the people from the Ark. And then all of a sudden they're basically like prisoners again to a degree. And it's constant, like, it's a battle in between that and a battle with the grounders at the same time, and they're trying to find this way of like, okay, can we coexist any way possible? Which I like that back and forth. Like, there's never that safe line. Now, season 2 also had the Mountain Men, which was the big thing, which is basically a group, I guess you'd say a group, or like, basically there's a ton of people that live in a mountain, and their bodies have, like, they're not adapted to the radiation because they've always been in the mountain. So like, people on the Ark naturally built up radiation to the point that they're fine. Like, they can go on the ground, it's no problem. The grounders did the same, because they've been on the ground. But these guys haven't. So as soon as they get exposed to the minimum, like, there is a bit of radiation on obviously out on their surface, they'll start getting fucked. Now their whole thing was like, hey, if we can harvest the 100 kids here, we can get, you know, we can get to the safety, because we'll have like the bone marrow. So they're literally like fucking drilling a screwdriver into people, and then sure enough they all get killed. And I really liked that, like, a lot of the characters like took that really hard. It was like because there was kids, there was innocent people in there, and they also like basically got all murdered. You find out like the birth of the Reapers, like that. There's a lot going on. And I like that a lot of the decisions, and it continues in the show, but a lot of the decisions always caught like a two-pronged effect. You know, the most recent one was season 6. And I said spoilers, so you've been warned. In season 6, when Clark's like airlocks her mother out in space, her mother is gone. She killed her mother. And it was like, because the mother was kind of faking it to pretend that she was still the mother, not being controlled by someone else, but she was actually being controlled by someone else. And then Clark had like a split-second decision of like, if I do this, like, I mean, she was pretty certain that obviously her mother's mind had been washed over. However, it was like, if I do this, it was like, not even like necessarily that there was any percent of a chance of getting the mom back in the first place, is that there literally is zero. The mom is going to be gone out in space. And she did it. And it was like, that's kind of the idea. If I don't do this, everyone in this ship that I know was probably dead. You know, and they constantly replay that over. Now, there was a couple things I didn't like. Like, I didn't like Octavia. I haven't liked her from the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. But then when she became like the Blood Rena, whatever you call her there, but like the Red Princess, basically, the Red Queen, wasn't feeling that. But I get what they were doing. Like, don't get me wrong, like, it's not like, oh my god, like her actor or her role in the show. It's like, no, like, I just don't like Octavia, but like the way they're doing it is fucking brilliant. It's like you could watch Game of Thrones and not like the villain, or you could like the villain, right? Like, there's a couple villains I liked in the show, and there's a couple I didn't. But like, specifically Octavia, I kind of get where her character is supposed to be going. Like, I get that that's her arc, and she's kind of like, especially again now back to season 6, we'll jump back and forth a few times here. She's really trying to get that redemption, and I like that because she's finally understanding, like, hey, like, the things that I've done in the last season or two, yeah, they're oh, there's just a bunch of random dogs running around. They're fucked, right? The things that she's doing is just fucked. and it makes sense. Like, she's like, people are finally coming to. Clark in season 5 even did some questionable things, and I didn't understand why. It's like why she was trying to protect this Maddie chick that she finds, and I get that. I mean, I get why she's protecting her, but I was like, why are you like literally like torturing, like getting your friends into torture and like fucking betraying them? Like, you know, try to, you know, do the right thing. I mean, I guess she was scared of this, and it was like, dude, come on. Like, your friends aren't gonna let the fucking shit go down. They're just, you know. Anyway, so that stuff I was kind of like yelling at the TV when that was going down, but that's okay. But I find like it's like the plot's always the same. Like every season, it's kind of like, yeah, new enemy. We overcome them. We make a couple hard decisions. Everybody hugs, like they hug and kiss, and yeah, and then it's always kind of like people always apologizing and then like not getting the redemption they need, and then when they actually get the redemption, you know, they're dead like 20 minutes later. Clark's mother was the same. She like finally made up with Raven, like they finally understood each other, and then like she was gone, right? Like that was it instantly. A point that actually kind of surprised me, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit here, is like when Kane got brought back into a new body and he airlocked himself, he floated himself, and he was just like, fuck this, right? Like, I mean, I kind of saw that coming. Like I didn't think Kane would like that, but it was like being brought back in the new body. But I didn't actually know they'd go through with it. But it was like, sure enough, it was like he kind of just wakes up and he's like, what the fuck? Um, I honestly I liked like season 5 a decent amount there. The fact they left the Earth again was kind of like the Earth's fucked again. And I was like, yeah, okay. Um, hold on, here we go. We're gonna bunch of fucking jocks coming out now. But yeah, so like they leave that, you know, and I was buying that. That was fine. Um, but I really liked like that Clark was that down on the ground, and they were showing like how she was getting to where she was, and I liked that. It was cool. Um, you know, it wasn't just day number 1, and she's like, okay, like cool. It's kind of like, hey, like here's a bit of her journey of the 5 years, and you kind of get bits and pieces of it. So not everything. Like it takes like 11 episodes to finally get an idea of what the fuck went down in the bunker, right? With Octavia. So like you finally start getting an idea of like why she's as crazy as she is, you know. All right, I thought they were looking over here. I don't think they are, but we're gonna keep looking over this. I don't like looking at people when I do videos. Thank you. Because yeah, just a bunch of fucking young guys jumping all around a car over there. But yeah, so like overall, I really enjoyed it. So I'll talk about what I guess I think what's gonna happen. But yeah, so obviously season 7's coming. It's coming in a few months here. I think they're saying March. This is being obviously mid-February, so like it could literally be next month. And yeah, so what I kind of think's going on. So they obviously introduced this character, which is Harper's and Monty's kid. And when they did all the cryo sleep, he kind of wakes up with everybody else to be like the same age. He's kind of like, hey, like I'm 20. I'm like you guys. So, yeah, okay. And I don't know. I don't really like this character. Like literally, he like goes to the land. Like they go to this new Earth, which obviously you've seen it if you're still watching. And this guy just gets boned like 2 minutes in. There's just like a really cute chick, and she just like starts banging him. And I was just like, I didn't understand it whatsoever. I was just like, that doesn't make any sense. Like this guy's been a virgin for like 20 minutes, and he's just getting laid. I was like, what? Why is it not working for me, man? Pissed. And anyway, and then they find out that whole situation's gone south, and it was like pretty cool. There was a couple cool moments in that season too. I really liked definitely a lot, and I really liked. This is just me. Like I don't do this like shipping shit with characters. I just like characters, but I really like Bellamy and Clark's relationship. Like that it's actually developed over the seasons. They're actually together in real life. I was reading on that, but in the show, like they really seem like they care about each other a lot, and it was funny like in the beginning, like especially where I've only binged it recently, like again like within like 2 weeks, watched the whole thing, season 1 to 6. It was really interesting just to quickly see the development of like, hey, like they fucking hate each other in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it's like they're really depending on each other at the end of it, and they're doing things that they never thought they'd do for each other. You know, they're literally risking their lives every time to save the other person, and they do it back and forth, which is really cool. I think though, however, that fucking son, Jordan, I believe his name is, he's gonna be the whole problem in season 7. So, for one, the whatever commander that's apparently like an asshole and wants everyone dead, they didn't say where the hell he went. They just kind of dropped that part. It seems like he like disappeared apparently into the computer systems. Like I don't understand that. I was like, okay. So apparently like he's still alive, so he'll be a problem. The leader of is it Sanctuary as they call it? Sanctum? I think it's Sanctum. So he's still alive too, so he's obviously gonna be a problem. But I think it'll be the Sun, and I think Clark's gonna have to like put him down. It'll be like the end of season 7, end of the show. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could milk it a little bit longer. But supposedly they're making a prequel. That'd be cool. But anyway, yeah, and then like the season with Ali was kind of jacked, but overall, I've really enjoyed the show, man. I really like it for some reason. I don't know what about it. I think it's really just the character development is fucking top notch. In my opinion, I really like where people are coming from, and like they don't like it is kind of like that drama, like you fucker, you did this, but it's like, but they're still not letting it go. Like they're gonna keep that on for seasons and seasons, and it's gonna be like, you know, almost like a reminder to be like, hey, like, you know, nobody's perfect here, and everybody's trying to get that path of redemption, and that, you know, the least you could do is try to forgive. And some people kind of go, yeah, you know what, you got a point. Others are like, no, fuck you. And I was like, well, from the 100 now, it's kind of like the 5 and the few. You'd really just kind of see the same main characters now, and then like the extra 100 people. Yeah, I don't even think there's anywhere near that. It might be like 40, 30, 20. I don't know. Like the extra 100 who dropped, that's very small. And yeah. But anyway, so thank you so much for watching, everybody. When the 7th season actually comes out, I'll be doing episode reviews of that. Because supposedly that's the final season, and it's gonna be like 16 episodes, and I want to see like what do they yeah, what do they do? All right. Thank you. Thank you.